I want to start by showing you this. We shared that video earlier this week, and it is only after we shared it. It is only after we shared it that the Manchester Evening News eventually ran with the story, and Greater Manchester Police eventually issued a statement. What you saw was the home of a political candidate in Oldham who dared to stand against Arud Shah and the Labour Party in the Pakistani gangster stronghold of Glodwick, specifically St Mary's Ward in Glodwick. And this is what happened to those who stood against her. Now, I make no allegations of who did it, but what is very interesting is how the mainstream media and the police attempted to avoid to report on any of this until we shared it. The Labour Party bedfellows at the Manchester Evening News only reported this attack after we exposed it publicly. That alone should tell you everything about their agenda. And when you read the article, you will find that even after reporting it, they are extremely economical with the truth. They mentioned the burning car, they mentioned two masked men, and they mentioned accelerants. I mean, you can all see it. So they mentioned the obvious. But they glide past the most serious allegation made by a man called Shah. They tried to burn his mother's house down with people inside. They didn't just attack his car, they tried to burn his mother's house down. And his crime? Standing for election against the Labour Party, specifically Arud Shah's gangster-affiliated Labour Party. The burning down, or the attempted burning down, of a house with people inside it is attempted murder by any common sense definition. Yet the Labour Party supporting Manchester Evening News reduces it to a, quote, small fire in the garden. This is how, in towns like mine, a cover story is manufactured. Then we get the familiar line from Greater Manchester Police. Apparently, there is no threat to the wider public. Of course there is no threat to the wider public, because the threat is to specific individuals who dare to stand against the political establishment that Greater Manchester Police itself is neck deep in unlawfully protecting. The police's position is, of course, absolute nonsense. What you've just seen is exactly what happens in a town like mine when you stand against Arud Shah's gangster-affiliated Labour Party machinery. It's clear what took place here. It was a warning attack and a message to anyone and everyone in the town that dares to stand for election against the Labour Party. It is this same pattern that we've documented repeatedly for the last 6-7 years. Andy Burnham, the Police and Crime Commissioner, knows full well what is going on in Oldham because Arud Shah he appointed as his equality lead. Keir Starmer knows full well what is taking place in Oldham because his Labour Party, appointed Arud Shah as chair of the National Constitutional Committee. And whilst we're talking about Arud Shah, where is the police update on who blew up her car, 4 years ago now? Remember? It was left unlocked. It wasn't parked outside her house, as was suggested, as was claimed. The window was smashed after the unlocked car door was opened, and then the car was blown up. Was it a setup? Why has Greater Manchester Police made no progress? And in fact, why does every politically explosive case in Oldham vanish into thin air the moment it becomes inconvenient for the Labour Party establishment in this town? The truth is simple. Just as with Greater Manchester Police, the Manchester Evening News and the Oldham Times continues to act as a shield for the Labour Party in Oldham, the criminally infiltrated, corrupt administration that is Oldham Council. These people report only when forced to do so. They soften the details, they downplay the danger, and they never ask the questions that matter. This is why they were involved in smearing me when the Labour Party in Greater Manchester Police attempted and failed to maliciously prosecute me because I dared to expose the cover-up of the gang rape of my town's children. Now confirmed. This is why one of the reporters tried and failed to have me prosecuted for, inverted commas, inciting rape, when all I did was dare to stand up for myself and write an article in response to the smears that they were writing about me. Yes, that case collapsed as well. And this is why the attempted burning alive of family members of a political opponent of the Labour Party is brushed over by both the Manchester Evening News and also Andy Burnham's politically infiltrated rape gang protecting Greater Manchester Police Force. And this is why it is up to us to stop them. Welcome to Oldham. If this is the first time you're coming across me, my name is Raja Mia. For 7 years, I led a small team that exposed how politicians and police officers and council officials protected the rape gangs. In a desperate attempt to stop me, Greater Manchester Police attempted and failed multiple times to maliciously prosecute me, whilst politicians, Pakistani gangsters and Islamists openly incited my murder. Despite everything attempted against me, the world now knows the truth of the cover-up of the industrial-scale gang rape of our nation's children and the political undercurrent that facilitated this. Unfortunately, we're running out of time. I am blacklisted by the mainstream media. Whilst they are mobilising, we are yet to wake up to the scale of the threat. I and the small team around me cannot do this on our own. I need you to stand with me and help make sure we stop the takeover of the places we all call home. What is happening in Oldham is happening in towns and cities across the United Kingdom where the Labour Party are in bed with Pakistani cartels. Help us. Please help us.
Do not fear them. Do not fear any of them. Do not fear them. Do not fear any of them.